After 2.5 years, we're still having fun. Hello everybody, this is Napa Fan here, and this is race number 4 in season number 4 of the NRLOA Napa Truck Series. We are here at the Rockingham Speedway, the first mile-long racetrack of the season for the Ace Hardware 200. 40 laps of action around this 1.017 mile speedway in Rockingham, North Carolina. And this is definitely a very technical racetrack, a slow racetrack considering its shape, and passing isn't too frequent here, so qualifying yesterday was definitely a big thing, especially for the guy who's starting on the pole here today. That's Ryan Kendall, rookie driver in the number 75, starting in the first position for today's event. And good run there for the rookie driver in qualifying yesterday, clocking in the fastest time. An interesting qualifying session we had yesterday here at the Rockingham Speedway. Had a crash that kind of lasted for quite a while, and in those qualifying sessions we do not have any caution flags, so it kept on crashing there for a little bit, and it did affect the way they started up for this event. But the way it is and the way they qualified yesterday is how they're going to be starting here today. In the point standings, Alex Bonsignor in the number 18. He still holds the points lead, 95 points towards the championship. Patrick Smith is only 6 points behind him, however. Rookie driver there. Another rookie driver in Ying Canario, 16 points behind. This is his first ever run in any series on Napa Fan. He's already third in the points after 3 races. Great start for that rookie driver there. Alexander Rowe, 20 points behind, and Cookie Helms is 21 points behind coming into today's event. It's the 4th race of the season, and the point standings are still pretty close. But as we get throughout the season here, we're going to eventually see who the strong drivers are. So we're going to get another race in here today. The points are going to change yet again, and it's going to contribute to the finale and the champion of this series. Let's go ahead and head trackside for the command here in the Ace Hardware 200 at the Rockingham Speedway.
Gentlemen and ladies, let's get ready to rumble! Gentlemen, start your engines!
And a great command there to fire these guys up. The 4th race of the season. Let's go ahead and get these guys to roll off here at the Rockingham Speedway. Ryan Kendall in the number 75, starting on the pole position for today's event. Alongside him, the number 74 of Jonathan Rains. Both of those drivers, rookie drivers in this series, but they're both full-time. Tanner Palau in his first ever start here in the Napa Truck Series. Finally qualified for a race yesterday. He's going to start alongside the number 7 of Derek Hamill. And Hamill is going to get a strong run here today in that Red Horse Racing machine. Number 10, that car driven by Fisher G. He starts alongside another uncharted driver, Ace Garcia. And it's Stuart Gretton and Trey Bartow. Bartow, the winner of the first 2 Rockingham races in the Napa Truck Series, rounding out the top 8 starting positions here today at the Rock. Pace Truck's gonna pull off. The Ace Hardware 200 is green here at the Rockingham Speedway in the Napa Truck Series. Lap 1, led by rookie driver Ryan Kendall, the number 47 of Tanner Palau, up to the 2nd position And this is Palau's first start this season. A bump off the wall and around. Jonathan King down the backstretch. And the first caution of the day, most likely Nicholas Wade and Garrett Sinor. With heavy contact, I believe Nicholas Wade hit the safer barrier as it started in turn 3. Oh my goodness. That's going to slow things down for now. Ryan Kendall will win the race back to the line in the number 75. And a few drivers, or a couple drivers I should say, knocked out after this one. Nicholas Wade in the 02 and Garrett Sinor in the 16. And I think Nicholas Wade just ran out of room and hit where the safer barrier begins entering turn 3 because I saw him pop up in that 02 machine. And then Garrett Sinor came along and ran right into him. A freak accident here at the Rockingham Speedway and another early caution in one of these races. But we'll go ahead and see what happened to bring out the first caution here at the Rockingham Speedway in the Ace Hardware 200, race 4 of the season in the Napa Truck Series, season number 4. Well, this is what happened lap 2 of the race. To trigger the caution initially, Jonathan King just a little wide off the corner, bounces off the outside wall, gets into Marty Johnson, and the 8 of Emily Anderson to his inside, and he goes spinning. But you're going to see these guys try to avoid him here. And you're going to see this 02 of Nicholas Wade. And I think Justin Heath in the 24 moved up slightly to try to avoid this accident. You know, I don't really know. But you're going to see Nicholas Wade just hit that safer barrier right when it starts. He flies right into Garrett Sinor. Nowhere to go for him in the 02. He got so close to the outside wall, trying to get as far away as he could from the spinning number 1, and I think he just didn't turn in time as he hit that safer barrier. A freak accident here at Rockingham. Might not be the first time we've seen that either. I think we saw this in the Chick-fil-A Cup Series race here earlier this year. Unfortunate one for those two drivers right there, Garrett Sinor and Nicholas Wade. They're going to both be done for the day after that one. Jonathan King, however, will continue in the unchartered number 1. Going to replay this in real time following Jonathan King, and kind of a minor accident, but we see a lot of accidents like this here at the Rockingham Speedway. And then you're going to see that 02 right there hit that safer barrier, and around he went in the air right into Garrett Sinor, and their days are done after that freak accident on lap 2 of the race. Rookie driver Ryan Kendall is still out front in the 75, but a chance for unchartered driver Tanner Palau to possibly take the lead away from him. And I kind of just noticed this little flaw in the system. The unchartered drivers have to battle with the other unchartered drivers to qualify for the race. And when a race begins, all the unchartered drivers, they kind of start up front because they're the 4 best unchartered drivers in qualifying. All of the trucks have equal ratings, so these unchartered drivers, they get to start up front for a lot of these races if they qualify. Something I kind of noticed there. We're not going to have that issue in the Chick-fil-A Cup Series when it begins for Season 7. But we kind of have that issue here in the Napa Truck Series. So the unchartered drivers, even though they're not really going to have a chance at the championship, they could rack up quite a few wins this season. We saw it last week with John Sheets winning the race. He didn't even qualify for this race here today. So you kind of just see how interesting it is for those unchartered drivers. They have an advantage, but on the other hand, they're also at a disadvantage for the championship. So I don't know. It's going to be an interesting season with those unchartered drivers running well in a lot of these races this season. But it's Ryan Kendall leading the field in the 75. Let's go ahead and see what he does on the restart here in the Ace Hardware 200 at the Rock. We are back here at the Rockingham Speedway. The 4th ever time the Napa Truck Series has come here to the Rock, and this track has been on the schedule ever since the series began. There's one driver in the field that was won the Napa Truck Series here at Rockingham twice, won the first 2 events here. That's Trey Barta driving the 33, and I believe he might be in the top 10. He might have fallen outside the top 10 during those first few laps there. But it's Ryan Kendall, Tanner Palau, Fisher G, Stuart Gretton, and Jonathan Rains, the top 5. Back to green flag racing here at the Rockingham Speedway on lap 7 of 40. And Tanner Palau in the 47. This race was won by a part-time driver last season, and it might happen again this season as you see the 47 all over the back bumper of Ryan Kendall. And remember what I said, passing here for the lead at the Rockingham Speedway is a tough thing to do, and you're going to see Ryan Kendall pull away there from the rest of the field. And Kendall going for his first career victory. Fisher G to the inside of Tanner Palau. That's for second, and G's going to take it away there. Got Stuart Gretton in the number 19, looking to the inside of the 47. And number 75 continues to lead. He's led every lap so far in this race here at the Rockingham Speedway. And Fisher G up to second. Gratton has yet to get around Palau for the third position, but he's going to do so here, and that 47 got stuck in the outside lane. That's a tough place to be here at Rockingham. They really don't get much of a run up there, and those guys on the inside can definitely get an advantage on you. See Zachary Fitzwater for fourth in the 52, Derek Hamill in the 7 as well. At Jack Cabarrus, Adam Lewis, and there he is, Trey Bartow, a two-time winner of this race in the Napa Truck Series at Rockingham. Right now running in the, I believe, 10th position. Right now running in the top 10 in that number 33 for GMS Racing. Number 75, Ryan Kendall looking strong, but a little high off the corner there, and Fisher G might close in here in the number 10. Both these guys relatively new to the channel here, looking to get something to stick in this race. Zachary Fitzwater for third on Stuart Gratton, making it look easy there for that position. And Fisher G, he closed in tremendously on the 75, and he has a run to the inside of him for the lead. And here's Zachary Fitzwater right here in this lead battle as well in the 52. But to the inside, Fisher G on Ryan Kendall. He's going to take it away and lead lap 11 here at the Rock. Side by side for the lead. Kendall trying to get the run on the outside, not able to do so. Fitzwater is going to gain yet another position in the 52 as he gets to the inside of our pole sitter, Ryan Kendall. And Fisher G is saying, you guys battle for second place. Slow you guys down. I'm going to pull away and win this thing. Of course, Fitzwater easily got around that 75, so now he's going to have a chance at getting to the 10 of Fisher G. And Tanner Palau found his way back to the inside. He's up to third in the 47. Jack Cabarrus, that's for the fourth position on the 75 of Ryan Kendall. He's going to take it away. And I got to tell you, this guy, he is really good here at this racetrack. Do not be surprised if he pulls away with this victory here today. He's on the inside lane right now. Still early on in this race, and he's got a good chance of possibly moving his way through the field in that 33. Just going to have to see. But Fisher G, rookie driver, leading the field. I believe he's going for his first career win on Napa Fan. Zachary Fitzwater is going for one of the double digits. I know that much. I'm going to say either 11 or 12 for this veteran and experienced driver right here in the 52. And of course, earlier this week we announced the NRLOA World Championship, and every single race is going to award points towards that championship. And I believe... No, we're still green there. They were racing kind of funny off the corner. I thought the caution was out, but it was not. And we remain green here at the Rockingham Speedway. Can't really see where any of these caution lights are, but I think we're still green, and we are. Tanner Palau closed in on Zachary Fitzwater, and Palau's going to attempt to take the second position away, but Fitzwater, a little bit of drafting help there from Jack Cabarrus, and remember, these trucks, they have a high amount of downforce, so drafting, even at a place like this, plays a pivotal role in the racing. And Fitzwater able to get that run on the outside to hold off the 47 for now, but Palau is going to dive back to the inside and attempt to take it away yet again. But as I was saying, we announced the NRLOA World Championship at the end, or at the beginning of this week, I should say, and every single race will award points towards an overall championship next year. Now, we'll still have the normal championships for all the series, but we're also going to have one that accumulates the whole entire year. So just think of it as all the series is pushed into one. It's going to get very interesting because near the end of the season, there's going to be a few drivers who made most of the series, and guys might not necessarily make every series next season, who are going to have a lot of points near the end. It could spread out near the end. It could come down to the NRLOA IROC Championship, but every single race is going to award points to the top 10 finishers, and it's going to get very interesting here, having an overall championship for the whole year. And See the 47 to Tanner Palau with help from Zachary Fitzwater, taking the lead away from Fisher G. So Fitzwater, Stuart Gratton, Trey Bartow on the inside lane. And I tell you, Trey Bartow is in the perfect position to become a 3-time winner of this race. 3-time winner of this race. He won this race in Season 1, won it again in Season 2. I think he had some issues in Season 3 here at the Rockingham Speedway, and he's going to get stuck in the outside lane here in the 33. But Trey Bartow, definitely a master at this racetrack in these Napa Truck Series machines. And as we hit the halfway point of the Ace Hardware 200, he's fallen back right now in the 33 as we got some guys coming in on that inside lane. Tanner Palau out front, all by himself right now. Stuart Gratton for second on Zachary Fitzwater, and he's going to take it away in the number 19. The defending champion, Stuart Gratton, trying to get his first win of the season, and his first win in quite a while, I do believe. I do not believe he won a race in the Chick-fil-A Cup Series season number 6. And I can't quite remember if he won a race in the IndyCar Series or not. I'm going to say that he did, but I can't quite remember if he did so or not. There's Nicholas Wade. Remember the beginning of this race, he hit that safer barrier entering turn 3. He's actually still out there on the racetrack and only 1 lap down. Now both Garrett Sonor and John Arndt. And Arndt had an issue earlier on, and he's had a very tough season in that 05. Versus 21 laps down, so that means that the issue happened after the green flag. It's a tough one for the 05, and he's had a tough season, like I said. Not getting off to the best of starts for the veteran driver there. But only 2 drivers out of this race so far, Garrett Sonor and John Arndt, and one of them a lap down, about to go 2 laps down, Nicholas Wade, getting surpassed here by Tanner Palau. And Stuart Gratton, he's closing in here in the number 19. Jack Cabarrus up to 3rd. Ryan Kendall, the pole sitter, back in this inside lane, and that is Derek Hamill in the 5th position in the number 7. Cabarrus is going to get around the 02, and Gratton closed in tremendously on Tanner Palau, and here comes the veteran driver for the lead on lap 25 of 40. So Gratton in the 19, side by side with the rookie driver. This is Tanner Palau's first ever Napa Truck Series start, by the way. You got to admit, he's doing a very impressive job, and he's going to hold it on the outside lane over the defending champion of this series. And that's what I love about having the ratings equal. You get the new guys to race right with the experienced veterans, and you really can't tell who's better than the other, because technically there isn't one that's better than the other. But that's why we race to see who it can be. And it can be either of these drivers or somebody else. But when the ratings are equal, the racing is good, and you never know who's going to win the race or the championship. And that's what makes these series so fun to watch, because it's not really a given that Lewis Hamilton's going to win every single race. Yeah, I'm throwing some shade on F1, I know. I still like F1, but the good thing about this, you never know who's going to win until that checkered flag flies. And that makes it very entertaining. Ryan Kendall up to 3rd. Derek Hamill and Cameron Gaju in the 6th, up to the 5th position. How about Gaju? And this is only his 2nd start of the season. Did not start in the first 2 races this season, as Nick Smith drove this car the first 2 races. Nick Smith's over in the ARCA series now, but Cameron Gaju, he's taking this 6 to higher heights. And he's in the top 5 right now, and for the lead, Stuart Gratton, he's got the run entering turn 3, and if you can get it in the turn 3, I think you're going to be able to get it exiting the corner. Now they're going to remain side by side, but Gratton's going to remain on the inside lane, heading in the turn number 1, and Stuart Gratton now out front here in the Ace Hardware 200, lap 29 of 40. And how about our points leader, Alex Bonsignor? Not too bad right now, top 15. And as far as I know, if he finishes in the top 15 for this race and Patrick Smith does not finish ahead of him, and Patrick Smith is not ahead of him in this race, Bonsignor might remain in the points lead. And Bonsignor, he's got a chance to do something that has never been done before in a Napa Fan Series, and that's lead in the point standings from the start of the season to the end. And remember what I was saying, the ratings are equal for all these drivers. You never know who's going to win the championship. You never know who's going to win each race. And it's very hard to consistently stay in the points lead throughout a season. Now, we saw Trey Bartow do that in the Turkey Hill Series last year. He led the points in the last 11 races, I do believe. Alex Bonsignor has led in the points ever since he won at Daytona. And it looks like he might leave the 4th race of the season still atop the point standings. He's on the inside lane back there. And a good run will ensure that he remains up top here in the Napa Truck Series. 10 laps to go. Stuart Gratton has pulled out to a significant lead right now on the number 75. They battle for the 2nd position right now as the defending champion pulls away. Now, last year, Stuart Gratton did not even win a race until the finale of season number 3. And we had the chase format for 1 season, and that was last season here in the Napa Truck Series. And Stuart Gratton was one of those final 4 drivers. He won the race and the championship away from his teammate Cookie Helms. And that BKR team is actually still the same as it was in season 3 with Stuart Gratton and Cookie Helms, the drivers. Of course, Cookie Helms won at least 1 race last year, and of course Stuart Gratton won the championship. And it looks like Stuart Gratton might pull away with the victory here today, but this thing is not over yet. Still 8 laps to go. Ryan Kendall in the 75 looking to close in. The pole sitter trying to get the win in the ARCA race. Daniel Bouchard won the race from the pole, but he was not necessarily the most dominant guy of the day. And a similar case here with the number 75. You got Alexander Rowe up here. Zach Ryan has moved his way into the top 5 right now in the 88. A lot of new faces up front here in this race. But Stuart Gratton right now, the face up front here with only 6 laps to go at the line. Derek Hamill in 2nd. Zach Ryan in 3rd, getting around Ryan Kendall. Alexander Rowe on the inside. Tanner Palau's going to find his way back on the inside lane. And Trey Bartow, he's on the outside, but he might get back to the inside here. I'm not entirely sure. Derek Hamill is closing in on the number 19 for this lead. It could be a very close finish here. We're just going to have to find out in 5 laps here in the Ace Hardware 200. It's been a nice race for Stuart Gratton. It's been a while since he's won. And the Fitzgerald Glider Kits Ford F-150 might go to victory lane here today. We got this white Toyota Tundra right behind him, and Derek Hamill would love to get this victory. And, you know, I ended up taking the 98 from him in the NRLOA Napa IndyCar Series that Nathan Stapleton's going to be doing, and you probably can figure out why, you know. I'm a Napa fan, of course. So I think it'd be kind of nice if he got the win, because I took that car away from him. He gladly gave it to me. Of course, you know, I gave him something for it, but still, be nice to see that 7 win. Be nice to see Gratton win as well. Of course, we know how Stuart Gratton's career has been here in Napa Fan. Of course, he is a champion here in this series, but elsewhere it hasn't been the greatest, and it would be nice to see Gratton get a win after a long losing streak here on Napa Fan. Of course, Zach Ryan, Tanner Palau, I believe they're both going for their first career wins, and at the moment, they're the only guys that have a chance. Trey Bartow up to 5th in the 33, and Cameron Gaju in 6th. But it's going to be 2 laps to go this time by for the number 19 of Stuart Gratton, and he's got a good advantage right now on the number 7, Zach Ryan, for 2nd on the 7 of Derek Hamill. And that's exactly what Gratton wants to see. Those guys going side by side for 2nd place. If they can remain in that position, this number 19 is going to pull away with the victory. And I think the caution is out, so this is it. 1 lap early, it's going to go to Stuart Gratton in the number 19, who will win the Ace Hardware 200 as the caution flies, lap 39 of 40. So we're not going to get a green flag finish, but it's going to be a veteran driver winning this race here today and getting 39 points towards the championship, the defending champion of the Napa Truck Series, Stuart Gratton. And 2 more corners to go. It'll end under caution. The checkered flag's going to fly right here. Stuart Gratton in the number 19 will come out of turn number 4 under the yellow flag and win the Ace Hardware 200. here at the Rockingham Speedway, the defending champion, back up top. And he officially crosses the line in the first position. The race is complete. And Stuart Gratton celebrating this victory here today at the Rockingham Speedway. I saw the 28 of Al Legacy with major damage, and I believe this accident happened down the front stretch. So let's go ahead and see what happened to cause this race to end one lap early here at Rockingham. Well, this one, an unfortunate one for our pole sitter, Ryan Kendall. He got stuck on the outside lane here, 3 wide, with Fisher G and Donovan Duthit. And 3 wide here, Rockingham's a hard thing to do if you're the car on the outside there. We saw it with Jonathan King at the beginning of this race, and we saw it here with the 75 of Ryan Kendall. He spins around, Nicholas Samadillo taps him a little bit and propels the 75 to spin around a little bit faster. But we saw Al Legacy with that significant damage. He's going to come right in here and smack that 75 hard. And Legacy with a ton of damage in the 28. See Patrick Smith there in the 17. He's second in the points coming into this race. He almost got involved there. You see Turner, Johnson, and Dalio, and Canario, and Allen. A lot of the veteran drivers in the back of the field for today's event, but it was a veteran driver in victory lane here today. It's Stuart Gratton getting the victory one lap early here at the Rock. And the replay of the real-time footage of this accident. That 28's going to hit hard. And you see the 28 spin. Only a 2-car incident, fortunately. But unfortunately, knocking out a strong driver in Ryan Kendall. Tough break for those guys. But made the job just a little bit easier for Stuart Gratton to not have to hold everybody off for an extra lap in this race. And he gets it done here at the Rockingham Speedway. Stuart Gratton, the winner of the Ace Hardware 200. 39 points towards the championship for the defending Napa Truck Series champion. And with this season, we eliminated the chase format. It's all about the points and all about consistency, and it's winning races that gives you the most points, and the most points is what you need in a consistency championship like this one, like all of them now on Napa Fan. But congratulations to Stuart Gratton, the winner here at Rockingham. Zach Ryan in second, Tanner Palau, his first start of the season, a good one. Third place run for the uncharted driver. Derek Hamill fourth, and Trey Barta, the master of this place, fifth here today. There were 50 laps in this race. I say he probably would have won, but only 40 here today, and Stuart Gratton officially crossing the line in the first position. Take a look at the rest of the results, and you see Al Legacy and Ryan Kendall getting knocked out. They're finishing deep in the field. Nicholas Wade was involved in that crash. Garrett Zenor and John Arndt with a tire issue, and we didn't actually get to see that. And we would like to apologize for missing the footage of John Arndt and his issue, but unfortunately for Arndt, last place finish here at Rockingham, not looking too good for him beginning of this season. But we still got 14 races left, 14 more weeks. Yeah, 14 more weeks. Got a lot in between now and the finish of the season, and a lot's going to happen in these next 14 races to determine Napa Truck Series champion, and especially in the next race. The next race is going to be very unique, a first-time event, the Riverside International Raceway, the first ever road course in the Napa Truck Series season number 4. And it's going to get interesting there because we've never had a road course race, and we're also going to have pit stops in that race as well. We've never had pit stops in the Napa Truck Series before either, so next week is going to be very different, but it's going to be very good. And the Riverside International Raceway, definitely a high-speed road course. Very big winding turns, and these trucks are going to be fun to watch on the road course next week in Southern California. But anyways, thank you guys very much for watching. Congratulations to Stuart Gratton, your winner here at The Rock. And here are your point standings after 4 races in Season 4 of the NRLOA Napa Truck Series. Thank you guys very much for watching, and I will see you guys later.
That means I'm misunderstood. 'cause it's alive and